Hi, and welcome to this video from the Bad Back Gardener. My name is Kevin. In this video we're going to be taking a September tour of the gardens here. It's pretty ugly right now. Everything's kind of dying off. End of the year sadness that it looks like because all the plants have kind of been spent and they're kind of finishing up with what they got. Got a few things still growing, but most everything is either finished growing or it's right at the end of its cycle. Or I haven't done a whole lot of cleaning out of the garden, so it's kind of still got some old stuff in it that needs to be cleaned out. But I haven't filmed in a couple weeks. Been on vacation in Florida here at the beginning of the end of August here, and then September here. I've been working on some projects outside, but it's been a little bit of hardscaping. I will let you in on what I got going on there, but for this video we're just going to be touring the gardens and see what's going on. And like I said, it's the end of the season, so it's kind of, I hate this time of year. I don't mind fall. I hate what follows fall, but I hate when with fall the garden looks really bad and everything starts dying off, which I don't really like. So we'll get started with our tour. Okay. We'll start down here. If you've seen the last tours, you'll kind of get a feel for where everything is. This was a bed of tomatoes. Got some green parts still growing here, and with some green tomatoes still on them there, and then down there's still some green stuff. So we're going to get, I'll get some more tomatoes here yet, but not nearly as much as I've been getting. Probably enough just for eating purposes, slicing up and stuff. And I don't even know if I'll get enough to make a big bowl of salsa or not. So tomatoes here, walk down this way, and like I said, the garden is full of junk that's fallen off, that's no longer good, and it's just looking pretty sad right now. Down here we got, these tomatoes seem to have come on a little bit more, so they're coming back. Quite a few blossoms actually, which is surprising me, because the last time I was down here and paid too much attention, these were all but about dead. Now these are the little grape tomatoes, but I'd be happy to get those, to get a second round of those would be nice. But most of the main tomatoes there have died off on that one. But we do have some green ones coming on here. Then down in this section here, which is still growing, the peppers are usually one of my last things that I lose, and they're one of the last things that I get to produce. They seem to take the longest to produce because I don't usually put them out till it's pretty warm outside. But I'm still picking peppers. I've frozen quite a few and eaten quite a lot with salsa and stuff. But they're still producing yet. Got some pretty colorful ones there. But I've had some stuffed peppers a few times. And then up here, again, there's another pepper here. And there's actually quite a few again here, so I will try and protect them from any frost that we might get. Those will be the only things I probably try and protect a little bit is the peppers, because I can get them pretty late in the year still. If I throw some row cover and stuff over top of them and we don't get too bad of cool weather, which we've had some cool nights, but it's still nowhere near being an issue for them of killing them off too much. So hopefully the weather holds out for another month or so. Another row of peppers here, still producing, not at a high rate, but still producing. And then here, my potatoes have all died off, so those need dug up, and I need to dig them up and see a few of them popping out of the ground. It's probably the rain and stuff's not washing a little bit away too, so I'll be curious to see how much how much I ended up getting here. Up here we got some old turnips there, some old cilantro there. Beans, I'm still harvesting beans. Picked them the other day and had them, but they're still producing, still pretty good. I'm just not harvesting them enough. So you can see all the ones I've tossed because they just get too big, and I don't like them big like that when I'm eating. So over here I did plant some late season cilantro, so it's growing. I've been harvesting it. Got some stuff going to seed here that I had growing. There's a few green onions in there that are still growing in that one. Up here, this is what's left of this is my early bed of tomatoes, the one I planted first this year. And there's still a few edible tomatoes on it, but a lot of it's got bad spots and stuff on them. But there's still a few here ready to pick. So it's got some green ones, still got a few buds coming on it too. But a lot of it's those little wee ones. And 4th of July will continue growing until the frost kills that. Now this is another long bed. This was my new bed I created this year of tomatoes. This is my bigger tomatoes here. And I got a few of them coming on here. Still got some green plant here that's still living. Some green tomatoes there. So, still harvesting a few. If I can get some big ones, I might be able to make another round of salsa, but we'll see. Over there is, that bed was peas earlier in the year. I still haven't cleaned it out yet. And this one got taken over by some weeds. This was peas here too, and it got really taken over by the stupid weeds. Didn't have any weeds in the past too much this year, which was real nice. Anything that came up I pulled out. But so the covering I put on in between the rows definitely worked, and I really like it. And it worked really good. Here's what's left of all the cucumbers that went to waste this year. I just ate cucumbers till didn't want it anymore. I give them a ton of them away, but still, when I went on vacation and stuff, that kind of nobody was picking, so that kind of did them in. And then back in the back here, I did harvest a bunch of what they were called mango melons, which is kind of like a cantaloupe. It's a new from Burpee this year. They were excellent. I got about a dozen of them. They did pretty good, and boy, they were good. They were very sweet melon. So I would definitely probably grow them again next year. And then I grew spaghetti squash, which I got a ton of spaghetti squash, as you can see. Unfortunately, I haven't really tried to make anything with them yet. I got to do that, and they're probably still good. I don't know how long they hold out. This is the first time I've ever grown them. I need to give some of those away. Have some hybrid squash down there. That needs to be eaten. And then I grew some pumpkins. As you can see, there's a few pumpkins in through there, and they're still kind of growing yet, and they're still branching out, but I don't know that we'll get too many more than what we got. Maybe we got about a half a dozen, maybe 8 pumpkins or so, a couple decent sized ones. The rest of them are all pretty small, but this area over here, it produced pretty good. The row cover again, some of the weeds did poke through over here where the gaps were and stuff, and I didn't keep up with pulling the weeds over here like I should have. But pretty ugly all together. The raised bed garden is pretty ugly this time of year, except for a few beds, and even the peppers and stuff that are still growing have sprawled out so much that it's just a mess right now. So unfortunately, it's that time of year. Okay, here are some of my baskets for this year. My Yersinia grew good this year again. Got some zebra mallows popping up through some of the pots. But a lot of my pots really held on. In past years they'd have been dried up and dead by now, but they've done pretty good this year. That one's still green, and it'll go green for a little bit, then the flowers will pop out. There's some flowers starting to pop out. Mexican heather there in the bottom. But they're still all living. I'm still trying to keep them watered and everything. They're still doing pretty good, and they're starting to get to the little bit of an uglier stage too. But that one's still doing pretty good. A lot of the hanging baskets suffered a little bit during my vacation when I wasn't around, but they're still growing somewhat. And then up here in the patio, if you've seen the video on our new patio here, got some planters and stuff up here. But that one's still flowering good. Banana plants have really grown good. They took off. They were real small. They've really done good. The pots. There's another banana plant. It's gotten really big. Doing really good. Still growing good. Hoping to overwinter those somehow. We'll see. Canna lily. Still flowering. Not a couple flowers anyways. A couple more coming out. Cilantro in that pot. Our weeping pussy willow that I planted has really taken off. It's like laying on the ground, it's grown so long. It's really weeping. Looks like Cousin It from the Addams Family right now. I've gotten some mums here. There, I need to plant those ones yet. And I got a few other ones I already got in the ground. Elephant ears are still doing good, still growing. And then here and over there, I've got some bird of paradise. Again, hoping to overwinter those. And my yuccas are dying off here. I just think because of the end of the year, I never did get to the project where those are going to be planted, so hoping to overwinter those so I have them again next year. Again, the baskets are still growing. They don't look that great. Stuff's starting to fizzle out. Some of them are still flowering yet, which I think it's maybe the longest I've ever had the super bells survive and look decent. But my profusion zinnias, this is their time of year. They keep going and going. You can see that pot turned out real good this year. Colors and everything mingled real good. You even still have that. I don't know what that flower is. I can't remember, but it's still going yet. Got some mums planted here. Down there. That basket. You can see the zebra grass really took off again. It's huge this year. You got yuccas in there. And the zebra mallows are taking over the front porch again. And this basket still looking decent yet. It's kind of sprawling out and heading towards the end, but the profusion zinnias are kicking in and they kind of take over. But that's about it for the garden tour here. Didn't really get too much in the way of corn. Kind of got raccoons in the corn, so didn't get too much of that. So didn't work out real well. Okay, that's going to do it for a September tour of the gardens here. Like I said, everything's kind of dying off, and don't really like this time of year to see the gardens and the flowers and stuff all dying off, but I guess we'll have to move on and look forward to spring and dream of another day here. So thanks for watching. Catch up with me on Facebook. You can also email me at bbgardner@zoominternet.net. And as always, if your back ain't hurting, you ain't working.